So I have Douyu International Holdings or Douyu stock. It's about 5% of my portfolio. I'm going to continue to hold this stock because I think it is a good way for me. So it's not investing advice. It's not investing advice. I think it's a good way for me to participate in the gaming of China, the gaming market of China. Although obviously there's been a huge crackdown lately on the government not approving gaming licenses in the last couple of years and stuff, and also that the economy has been slowing down drastically. But overall, I think that it's a good idea for me to have exposure to this company. I mean, it's 5% of my portfolio. I put more into it. Obviously, I'm like severely down on this stock, like a lot. I think maybe like 50%. Or yeah, 50 or 60%, 50, 50, 55%, something like that. But I think that Douyu overall is a good company because I'm gonna be able to get the participate in the gaming growth in China. But really, it's just a representation now of the struggles that China has. It's still unprofitable. It has been for a while, but also it's because its revenue is down severely from a couple years ago. Like in 2020, I think the revenue was like almost double what it is today, or like 40% higher. So a couple years ago, the revenue was more than it is today, I think, by a lot, or something like that. And so it's like that's just basically a poster child. Well, not exactly the same, but that's just an indication of the struggles that Chinese companies have been having. But I've owned this stock on for a while now, and I'm gonna continue to hold it unless something changes because I think it's undervalued. But that's why I own it, obviously. But honestly, it hasn't done as well as I would have thought. Like, not really thought, but I would have hoped that the Chinese market would have done a lot better. It's just that in China, there's just a ton of economic problems right now, mainly caused by all the videos I post or all the analysts, and they say that Xi Jinping interferes. And like I said earlier in this video, he wasn't approving video game licenses, so then no one was gaming. Then he banned or severely limited the amount of time minors, I think, or something like that, could spend on games and stuff. So, like, he's been overall really negative on gaming as a whole. And he's also been really negative on China's economy, I mean, according to those analysts. And so you can see, like, now, Douyu still loses, like, money. Not like a ton of money, but it still is unprofitable. And it's like, when is it going to be profitable? How long is it going to take? It's just all the companies I own now. I mean, I know that Momo's profitable. I think Joy is profitable. Finvolution's profitable. Digitech 360 or Kifu is profitable. Douyu, I think, is the only one that's not profitable. So it just, I wonder how long it's going to take for it to take off because it's been a really long time. Like, it's been like years that this company's been unprofitable. And it has, like, I think, it has like a lot of cash, but it'd just be nice for them to finally make a profit and kind of like turn this around. But it's hard to make a profit when you don't have any increased revenue. Your revenue is going up 2% a year or down 2% or whatever. But a couple years ago, Douyu was growing like huge amounts. I mean, actually, like huge amounts, like 50, 60, 70, 100, 200, 300%. I think, like, when it first started, it was growing at hundreds of percent a year or something like that, or like a huge amount. So it's just like now it's not growing at all, and it's kind of like uh unfortunate, or it's growing like 2%. So it's just kind of indication that, and then they say that China's only grow 5%. I mean, I've had this stock for a while, so it's really a disappointment. It's like, you think that the Chinese economy would do better, but it's just that it's being not given chances by, Xi Jinping. He's just, according to the analysts, he's just cracking down so hard. He doesn't want anyone to be a billionaire. He doesn't want any. I mean, like the video I posted today, there's an analyst who talks about how he doesn't want any billionaires. He doesn't want any people to be able to be famous. It's all about the Chinese Communist Party. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see what happens. So I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's just been a disappointment. I mean, I'm gonna continue to hold the company, but as long as the economy flounders and is doing very badly, then it's kind of probably going to be horrible. But we'll see what happens. I think over time it gets better, but even Charlie Munger, as I said earlier, he's disappointed. So